Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Haley. Today we are doing something I'm super excited about. I am giving you my full review on the Too Faced Born This Way Sunset Stripped palette. You guys, I have some thoughts. I've been using this for a couple of weeks, so I can really give you a very fully formed opinion on this palette. I'm excited to show you how I created this look, so if you're interested in that, just keep watching. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way Sunset Stripped palette. Comes in this packaging. It says, inspired by the warm, sultry, sexy, sun-kissed skin of beach babes frolicking in the surf and sand of Malibu. These 16 rich, creamy, highly pigmented modern nudes range from flattering to sultry matte, metallic, shimmer, and sparkle shades for looks so naturally alluring, they'll think you were born in LA. I'm sorry, the description, it's a lot. Talking just about the product, I will make sure that I put how much it was somewhere on the screen, just because I don't know off the top of my head and I'm using my phone to film. This palette surprised me in the most amazing way. So I've been using this palette for a couple of weeks now. I wanted to do a first impression, but I was so excited about trying it and I was so busy that I didn't have time to film a first impression. So I figured I'd give you guys a review and swatches. What made me buy this palette was Ali Glein's video. So when I first saw this palette online, I was like, it doesn't seem that great. You know, it doesn't seem like anything special. But then I watched her video and she was so excited about it that it made me want the palette, which doesn't happen to me that often, that my mind has changed so drastically. So, you know, and I love to have new palettes in the summer. It's funny because my normal go-to summer palette is actually the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. This is like my favorite palette of all time and it's always my summer palette. But you guys, this one is a really close second. Ali Glines was right. It is beautiful. You can create really stunning full glam looks with this, but you can also do really super simple quick looks too. The mattes in here blend amazing. Like some of the best mattes I've ever used. I'm serious. And the shimmers in here, so it says that there are shimmers, glitters, and metallics, right, is what the description said. These shimmers in here are not boom kind of shimmers. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you love this is not my experience with the ColourPop formula, but they say about the ColourPop formula that those are boom shimmers. They aren't going to be like this formula kind of shimmer either, which is also pretty boom as well. It has some subtle ones in here too, but there are some beaming ones. These are beautiful and subtle, and I think you can build them up to be what you want. Okay, this might sound crazy, and maybe you guys are gonna unsubscribe right this second. The shimmers in here actually remind me of Charlotte Tilbury shimmers. It's very similar, where it's supposed to be just like a wash of really pretty color, you know, like Jessica Braun describes it as like watercolors on your eyes, like supermodel kind of look. That is how these are in here. You're doing your makeup and you're like, wow, this isn't very like super obvious, these shimmers, but when you take a step back, your eye makeup just looks beautiful. I have no bad things to say about this palette. I really don't. So I do want to swatch it for you. So we're going to start with this High Tide shade, which is kind of a peachy nude shade. And okay, I'll do the mattes for you first. The next matte is Nude Beach, which is just like a camel brown color. And the next one is Sun Chaser, which doesn't look in the pan like it's that different, but it actually is a little bit more like orange toned, undertoned, and deeper. The next one is Butter Pecan, which is a little bit more peachy than that first High Tide shade. And then the pink shade in here is called Golden Hour. And then we have Chai Times, which is this reddish kind of brown. Oh my gosh. And remember, swatches don't always tell the whole story. I'm not good at doing swatches, but I do like to show you. Now this color, Cocoa Glow, oh my gosh. Look how beautiful that is. That's like a cool toned brown color. And then last but not least, we have Black Sand, which is not like a true black. It's kind of a brownish, grayish black. Really pretty though. So those are the mattes. And they, when I tell you that they blend so well, I am not even kidding. They are absolutely gorgeous. Like, just blend into each other. And like I said, you can do a simple look or you can do a more intricate kind of look with this too. Okay, now we're gonna get into the shimmers, which are so pretty. Like I said, the swatches don't tell the whole story and it's not gonna be like beaming, but you can build them up and they're really, really pretty. We're gonna start with Shell We Dance. It's like a pinky undertoned frosty kind of shimmer. And the next one is Sun's Out, and this is the glitter shade, and it's kind of like a pressed. It has a really similar texture to the Tati Beauty glitters. You know how they're like kind of squishy so that they can actually stay on your lids. So this one is Sun's Out. So pretty. And that's the thing about this shade and these shimmers in general, you need to swipe. Patting, which is what I normally do with shimmers, does not really work well with these. Swiping is the prettiest because it's supposed to be like that wash, I think, of color. I've just been playing around with it and that's what I found is like swiping, but these mattes underneath are so good and these shimmers are so good that it doesn't like mess up your makeup to do that swipe over top. It just looks really pretty. So next one is Surfboard, which is like this purpley shimmer shade. Y'all, these are swatching so nicely, actually. I was like, oh, these are not gonna swatch well, but no, they're swatching really well. So that was this shade. And now we're going into Hey Honey, which is more of an orangey kind of warm toned brown color. Do you see this? I'm sorry. Next one is Bonfire Babes, which is more of this like charcoaly kind of color. I want to use it like even just describing it to you. That's how much I like this palette. And the last shimmery shade is called Sandy Cheeks. And this is my favorite shade because it is a frosty color, but it has a green undertone. And I think with my skin coloring, I think it looks really pretty. So I'm going to grab this on my thumb also. How stinking pretty are these? Seriously, I am so excited. So today we're gonna be doing my pretty simple but still really pretty eye that has been my favorite with this palette. Maybe if you guys really wanted to see a super glam one, I can show you that later. I do have a wedding that I'm going to this month that maybe I can use this to do a more glam look with, but I just wanted to show you what I've been loving. So we're gonna start with putting this High Tide shade all over the lid with this big fluffy brush. And the other side. And then in the crease, I'm gonna be going in with the shade Nude Beach. It's this one right here. And on the other side. And then in the outer corner, I'm gonna take this denser brush and go in with Sun Chaser. How stinking pretty that is. And now, honestly, I'm gonna take this Sandy Cheeks color that I said is my favorite, and I'm just gonna put it all over the lid. Birds outside. That's how you know you're in Hawaii, friends. Look how pretty that is. Let me turn down the lights, see if you can see it a little bit better. Isn't that so gorgeous? I have just been loving this. Like, just leave it like this, but I'm gonna add just a little bit more shimmer. I'm gonna take this Sun's Out shade, this more glittery shade, and put it more on the outer, just for a little something extra. And like I said, with this one, you definitely want to swipe, you don't want to pat. Look how pretty it is. It's just so pretty. And then I'm gonna just dip this finger back into the Sandy Cheeks shade and just go over the top because I really wanted to keep that darker brown shade more in the outer corner. And yeah, oh, I love it. I really love this palette, you guys. Now I'm gonna go in with this waterproof Physicians Formula Eye Booster. I repurchased this one. I think I'm gonna do this off camera, but I'll show you kind of what it looks like with the liner on, and then we'll go in with some bottom lash shadow. Okay, eyeliner and top lash mascara are on. I just used the Physicians Formula Waterproof Eye Booster, and then I layered the Milani Waterproof Stay Put Matte Eyeliner on top just to make the liner a little bit more matte. My eyes are 2 different sizes, so my wings are never perfectly matched, but I always try to make them look like, if you're just looking at me, that they look fairly even. My top mascara that I use is the Snapscara from Maybelline, and now I'm gonna go in and do some bottom liner just to show you what that looks like. So I'm gonna go back in with Sun Chaser and use this really precise angled brush. Just like connect just a little bit. And I kind of just take that halfway through just because I think it sort of closes my eyes a little bit too much to have the liner go all the way. Then I'm gonna take this little bit denser pencil brush and dip it back into Nude Beach and just sort of smudge it a little bit. And I'm gonna put on that lower mascara with the same Snapscara. All right, and that is the final look. My final thoughts on this palette, I mean, you guys know, it's just beautiful. I love it. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. If you love neutrals and you like subtlety and you like that you can build up shadows, maybe if you're a beginner, like this would be great for you. And I just feel like there's a lot you can do with this palette. It's perfect for summer. I can see myself using this kind of all year round though, because like even with fall, these shades pretty much scream fall to me too. So it's a really versatile palette even though it's neutrals. So don't sleep on this. I totally agree with Ali Glines. I think that this is a must-have in my collection now, and I am so glad that I bought it. So if you enjoyed this video, I hope that you will subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get notified when I upload new videos. I don't normally say it, but I do have an Instagram. It is at HaleyJBeauty. Come follow me there. Let's chat. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you guys. Bye.